I never thought my life would get so complicated. I've always been someone who believes in love and loyalty, and in the idea that everything will eventually fall into place. But I was wrong. My name is Jackson, and my story is one of love, but also betrayal, jealousy, and revenge. It all started when I met her. Sarah. She was like sunshine in my world. She appeared out of nowhere, and I immediately knew she was the one. Everything seemed perfect. We quickly became a couple, and I gave myself fully to that feeling. But I didn't know that this perfection was just a facade hiding darker emotions underneath. Sarah was beautiful, but there was an unease in her soul. I knew she had struggled in past relationships, but I never imagined that her past would come back to ruin everything. At first, everything was great. Evenings on the couch, hugs, laughter, our endless conversations. But the more I got to know her, the more I started noticing strange signs. She began avoiding topics related to her past relationships, and she often became uneasy whenever I mentioned certain things about her history. One evening, I came home earlier than usual. Sarah wasn't home, but her phone was on the table. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't resist. I grabbed it and opened her messages. What I saw changed my life. It turned out Sarah was still in contact with her ex-boyfriend. And it wasn't just casual hello messages, but ones that left no room for doubt. I was stunned. My heart shattered. Everything I thought was real between us suddenly felt like a lie. I didn't tell her anything. I decided to figure this out on my own, completely. I asked for some space, some time to think. During that time, I decided to understand who she really was. For 3 days, I just watched her, trying to understand how someone behaves when their deception is exposed. But she didn't notice anything. I was getting more and more anxious. There was no clarity in my mind. The real Sarah was as mysterious as her past. And then one night, I set up a real trap. I invited her to dinner. And once again, she looked like an angel. But I gathered all my courage and asked her directly, Sarah, why do you still keep this connection? Are you still thinking about him? Her eyes froze, and I saw something in them I had never seen before. Anger. Anger I couldn't explain. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and quietly said, because he was my first. Because I can't forget him. And that's when I understood there would be no limits to my revenge. I couldn't let go of this betrayal, and I decided that if she wanted to play these games, I'd show her what it felt like from the other side. I began to learn just how painful betrayal could be, how unpredictable the life we think is ours can be. But it wasn't just about revenge. It was a fight for my heart, for my self-respect. Was it right? Was I seeking revenge out of love or pride? That question haunted me for a long time.